welcome into a special edition of Crunchtime. The special edition because I'm here. That's the reason why, guys. Season 12, the regular season finale, episode 12. As you can tell, Sarah's not here. Sarah, we're hoping she gets a speedy recovery. Nothing too serious, but obviously needed to take a day away. So
unfortunately, it had to be the
right, which is now this is becoming what we call the penultimate episode.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. You're gonna
hopefully. Yes.
We can't give too many teasers. You know, the comm department is pure chaos.
You still have to work until the 7th, but I don't know if you know that yet or not. That was told to me today.
We terminate contracts around here.
Well, we're back in Studio B. I am Ethan Schmidt. I'm one of the professors here at Austin Peay, a former grad student myself here. Similar to what Dillon has done here. He's actually taken a show that I worked really hard on when I was a student here and brought it to a whole new level. This is so sweet to be in here. I'm excited to see what you guys have been able to do. Will West is over here as well. Will's going to be back next year. We'll have more on that coming up later in the show. But Dillon, excited for you, of course. You weren't here last week. You're here now. We're excited to have you back in here. First and foremost, why weren't you here last week?
Busy, man. I'm trying to graduate. I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to pay these bills. I'm trying to get this money. I'm trying to get this money.
Hey, man. That's the name of the game now.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm just tied up in a lot of things. My mom called me the other day. I was snitched on by somebody, so rightfully so. Not a person of my age, snitches get stitches right here. I don't play those games. I can't lie to you. I get down to business. But it was a supervisor, and rightfully so. She did what she had to do. No complaints on my end. But my mom called me, and she got to understand. Look, I'm 24 years old.
That's right.
I handle my business. I do my dirt. I got to accept my wrongs and handle my rights. So
there you go.
Whatever what it is, what it ain't. But man, we here. I got less than 14-ish days till I graduate college, 2 degrees. Black man, 2 degrees. As we're in this time and age, I'm going to just be real. So shout out to all my black men, my black brothers. Keep grinding, keep pushing forward. But, man, I'm excited, man. I'm ready to go. I can't lie to you. I'm itching, ready to walk across stage so I can get on this plane and go.
Sooner or later, it's mom's always right, and then you also get wife's always right, so you're never right. Just
No.
You'll figure it out.
Mama always right. The wife,
You'll figure it out
You'll figure
later
it out
in
soon.
life, 100%. Will, what about you? What'd you do over the weekend?
Oh, man. So, like I said, I'm an intern at F&M. So, Jay, a former grad student with yourself, so he is the head of AV at F&M. He gave me a shot for the semester. So, Jay, he had called me in to do a Cats game on Saturday, so that was pretty cool. Got to meet Jeff Jarrett, not the greatest person in the world, but hey, that's another story for another day, man. So it's more so the fact that it was a good weekend. Got to work Saturday and then just chill for the rest of the weekend, man. I got my last day was yesterday. The Price is Right. Saw Doc V in the stands, and that was pretty good. So yeah, it's been a great semester. I can't wait to see what the future holds for this show, man. As Dillon's leaving, I'm trying to make him cry for this last episode, man.
Bro, I'm holding it till Sarah, bro. I promised Sarah the tears were going to come out for her, so I'm not going to do any. Well, I'm going to try my best to hold it in. We got some segments in the show where it might come out, so I'm going to try my best to hold it in. How was your weekend?
My weekend's always great. Actually, I had 2 weekends off back-to-back, not having to call sports because our teams have been on the road. So,
What'd you do?
I sat at home and watched our teams play the sports on the road. So that's pretty much what I did to make sure I was ready to go for this weekend coming up for softball, things of that nature. But first and foremost, a couple of things that are coming up for us. Finals technically start on Friday. One of the good things about being a comm major is once you start getting a little bit further up there, the finals go away. It's usually more practical things, so it's always a good sign with comm students, a reason to come to Austin Peay and be a part of our sports broadcasting program. Just want to throw that out there. You get to work with great people like me. You can take Dillon's dream and take it somewhere else. I know he's so excited about that. This is always a recruitment tool. You just didn't know it.
It is, man. I can't hate on you, because I said when I get these big dollars, I'm going to donate so we can get our own building.
That's right. That's what we need.
Not for real. That's what we need our building.
We got to get there. Comm Awards on Monday. Couple names up in the air for GA of the year. I don't know who's going to win that.
We're not here for no controversy. God be my witness. God be my witness. All is fair and square, and when it comes to whoever receives, and I'm happy for whoever gets the award. But I'm gonna just say,
whoever that person may be.
I'm a man who puts in a lot of hard work, and and it's a game of competition. At the end of the day, and if I'm gonna speak for myself, I just feel like I'm deserving of, some things in this world when you put in a lot of hard work. Look at LeBron, he put in a lot of hard work. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, all the other quarterbacks and players in NFL, NBA, they put in a lot of hard work and they get those awards. So I just, I'm gonna just say my piece right there.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
see.
So whoever the person that wins that award will be, we'll know more about that next week. You'll see if Dillon's in a happy. Don't follow him on Instagram anytime soon if he doesn't win that award. The hooding ceremony is on Thursday. I did not get asked to hood Dillon, so that's fine.
I didn't know you could.
It's fine.
I didn't know you could.
I'm not bitter. I'm just saying what happened. So
that's how I'm gonna be.
Sure, it's Barry. I'm sure it's Barry.
No, it's actually the Baron.
Really?
There is Dr. Barron?
It is Dr. Barron.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I didn't know how many people could do it. And, he said, well, I could do it. Ellison could do it. I heard Ellison was doing somebody else. So I just chose him.
Probably height-wise, both those options a lot better than me.
Probably.
I'll be honest. I would have had a stool.
I
I would have been on a stool.
You would have lost a lot of oral points.
It's how you hold yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Get some big cowboy boots.
I have those. We're good on that. Graduation is next Friday. I have a lot of people excited about graduation. For some reason, the communication department graduation got moved to 4 p.m. for them. So that's we were always 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., whatever it was. Now it's a 4 p.m., which is just absolutely ridiculous. So I would be very unhappy.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm finna do until I got an idea, but
not suitable for this show. I graduated in the Dunn Center 3 times. High school,
you just showed your
undergrad,
age.
and grad school.
You just showed your age right there, man.
I'm a local product, guys. That's what you get,
JUCO.
I'm a local guy. That's what you get in the very end of the day. So, but let's talk a little bit about baseball. I know.
Come on, let's get to it.
Let's go. Yeah,
we're out of time for Austin Peay Baseball. They're really kind of at an up and down kind of point during the season. There's still a lot of baseball left, not so much on the softball front. Still a lot of baseball left, but they did go down to Lipscomb. And the series didn't go exactly the way that they'd want it. They end up losing the series 2-1 in that. Let's take a look at the graphic there. As you can see, Game 1 goes 6-5 for the Bisons there. Andreas Matias gets his first grand slam of his career, which is good stuff. Of course, as we also have on that one, you also get in Game 2 an 11-10 loss for that one. I will say this much, though. DJ Merriweather continues to be the guy that I think a lot of people may not have realized the type of player he is. I got to watch DJ play high school football. He is one of the toughest athletes that you'll find. He was a Mr. Football in Division II in this area. So DJ coming out of the Clarksville area, I wish I would have been able to coach him myself. That would have been absolutely phenomenal to have DJ. He had his second home run of his career. Cole Johnson, his 10th home run in that game. Of course, those losses, though. And then the final game in that series, Austin Peay, they do pick up that victory. You get DJ Merriweather on the mound, goes 7 2/3 and strikes out 8 batters. So not the greatest start to the weekend. I know Coach Fanning, and there was a lot of controversial calls in that second game. He was not very happy about it. I got to hear kind of all that, but I know he was ended up being ejected from Game 2, so they played Game 3 without the skipper, and that's just not always the best kind of mentality. But Will, I know you sat at home, watched those games. What'd you think about the Govs' performance?
When you talk about, Austin Peay, like you said, an up and down year, I think, 4th place. And, okay, see, really, Dillon, last episode going out with a bang.
Yeah, I guess so.
But, like I said, up and down season, man, I'm glad they actually put up a fight against Lipscomb this past time because the last time they came to town, me and Dillon was there. It was a little bit of a bloodshed. So I'm glad they actually put up a fight against Lipscomb. You saw the first game on the graphic, 6-5. It's the second game, 11-10, and now we take the win, 6-2. So I'm glad that we were able to eke out a win. But that series was big for us. That series was huge for us. So. And then they have another huge series against University of Central Arkansas. So that will improve their rankings in the ASUN and the Gold Division. If DJ Merriweather can continue to do what he's doing, like you said, 7 2/3, 8 strikeouts. So yeah, he's doing what he's doing. Matias hitting his first grand slam of the year. I know Dillon missed a grand slam this past year.
I'm always missing big moments, man. It ain't fair. I'm cleaning up, using the bathroom, trying to take a shower, wash my hair, taking the dog out for a walk. I miss every single crucial moment when it comes to baseball and softball. So I'm just over it. Yes. I catch it on Instagram.
So little tidbit. I am on the call for ESPN Plus with Barry Gresham for this weekend series against UCA, which is big for me. First call on ESPN Plus ever. I appreciate Barry for the opportunity. But back to baseball, they have a huge series against UCA because if they're able to get a 2-1 or a sweep against UCA, I think they will be able to move in the third place division above Lipscomb. Well, not above Lipscomb, but Central Arkansas I think will move down, and then Lipscomb will move up, and then we will move up too. So we get the third place. So I think Coach Fanning is really just trying to get the best position possible for the ASUN tournament.
I don't know, man. I mean, I've been talking about it the last 3 or 4 weeks. I've been saying it when you have these big games, and this has been a tough month for our baseball team. Yeah. They've played top-tier talent every single week the past month or so. So it's just been a tough stretch for them. And I know everybody says we're not the team of old. We don't have the pitching. Our pitching is not the best. The bullpen. And but it just seems like we just not waking up for these big games. Yeah. You can always point to the nuances of, like we said last week, and I sound like a broken record, turn into at a certain moment. Yeah. Or, your outfielder trying to catch a tag going from second or third or first to second, whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. It's those little nuances, but it just seems like we're not waking up for these big games. And that hurts. Yeah. And I applaud Coach Fanning for getting kicked out. Was it second game? Third game?
2 games. Second game.
So and I read something about it. He was like he wants instant replay. He wants the instant replay, and I agree with that because it needs to be. Maybe we could have got saved from a couple of these games.
So they did have instant replay.
They did. That's why
here's the situation.
But I think maybe
Lipscomb had, because Lipscomb, again, we'll talk about this in a second with softball. Lipscomb softball was hosting Austin Peay. Yeah. And for the double headers, they gave the replay because they don't have 2 replay systems at Lipscomb. It's kind of the same concept we have here. Yeah. So at home, baseball always gets instant replay and softball never does. So that's why in softball, you'll hear me very gripey on those broadcasts because we have a replay system, but we don't have that system because it's at baseball.
Because we needed it against when softball played UCA.
Yes, we definitely need that. Yeah,
so that was the issue, and that's the reason why they technically had it for the final game, but they didn't have it for that second game. So it was there. It's just that also kind of shows in the world of sports broadcasting, in the world of how ESPN has said everybody needs to have these broadcasts. They also have to give the funding so every team can kind of have that as well.
I told you, if I'm out here trying to get this money, Roland Fanning want that money, the ASUN need that money.
Cassie needs that money. Everybody need that money, yeah.
But, I feel for him, man. He's frustrated. You can tell. Yeah. You can tell it's weighing on him. Even when we seen him when we went to broadcast, was at Clarksville and Rossville?
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, he just that charismatic smile just wasn't there. And and when you're a head coach and you've been conference regular season champion, a few years. I want to say 22 and 23 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It hurts when you have a subpar season like this, and and you say subpar, but you're battling for a second, third spot in the gold division. Mm-hmm. So I mean, is that really a loss just because you don't win a regular season title? So but he's hurting. So yeah. I can't harp on it too much because they're battling, like you said, Will. They didn't get blown to smithereens like they did last time a few weeks ago against Lipscomb. The losses were 1 run apiece, 65, 11 to 10. You'll take those. Yeah. You won't complain at those, even though you want to win. You'll take a 1-loss game. Yeah. Put it like that. Yeah. But it sucks, man. But I think postseason around the corner. So you just gotta get hot in March, and we'll see what comes in March.
Yeah. Austin Peay Baseball back in action on Friday at 6 p.m. at Raymond Sehan Park. They'll have a game Saturday at 4 p.m., and then the finale against Central Arkansas, that'll be at 1 p.m. here in Clarksville. And again, 2 more series after that ASUN series. They'll play Eastern Kentucky the following weekend at home as well. They end their season on the road in Florence, Alabama against the top team, North Alabama. So let's look at baseball there. And again, it's a tough road ahead for this team currently. Let's talk a little bit about the softball, the other diamond here. Austin Peay coming back home this weekend, but before that, went on the road and took a 2-1 series victory over Lipscomb. Again, this is one of those things. Austin Peay, they will dominate Lipscomb in those first 2 games, and then that last game, I just don't understand it.
Post-game meals.
Post-game meals,
it has to be, because, I mean, earlier in the season, 6-0, 3-2, and then lost 7-10 the last game. This time around, they win the first game. It's a complete game by Elena Jones. She ends up getting the complete game shutout victory, 3-0. Game 2, Mimi Blackledge has a fantastic game, 4-1 in that one. They lose game 3, though, 5-2. Katie Raper ends up hitting 15th home run of the season in that 5-2 loss. And again, another team that's currently in that 4th spot in the gold division. However, they have clinched a spot in the postseason tournament. So technically, softball right now is actually all set. Nobody else can make it from here. It is the final weekend, so it makes sense. Central Arkansas does have the, I believe they have the entire one spot right now because of record, or I believe they're tied with EKU. So Stetson may have that 1 seed overall. But Central Arkansas, EKU, North Allen, Austin Peay have all clinched from the gold division. Stetson, Jacksonville, Florida Gulf Coast, and North Florida from the graphite division. So they'll be on the road. Austin Peay will have to start their first game. They should come in. Depending how this weekend goes, it'll be a toss-up between if it's them or North Florida as that 8th seed taking on the 5 seed. So you may end up getting a team like Jacksonville, could see North Alabama again there. This weird tie between Central Arkansas and EKU just doesn't help anybody in standings. There should never be a tie.
Yeah,
if there's
I was
rain
trying
delays,
to figure out when
things
I
of
was,
that nature. But there should never, this is not a sport where you can have draws and ties.
I don't think a sport should, outside of the fighting combat sports, I don't think there should be no tie.
No.
Because what's the point?
I agree. I mean, soccer's the only one. Hockey gets it as well, but that's based off of points then. So,
but that's what I'm saying. So somebody can score.
Somebody can score.
Exactly. So you get something from that. But softball, though, again, it's doing it's this time of year. Coach K, great coach on here. Kendall Ball's 3rd favorite coach in sport on this campus. We got to see a great interview by Kendall. We had to give him a shout out. He's running graphics for us today, so we got to give Kendall a shout out. It was a great interview, Kendall. I just had to give you a little bit of guff on it, man. But excited to see what Coach Cassie Stanfield and company can do. When the bats are hot in a single game,
it's booming.
This may be one of the toughest 8 seeds or 7 seeds that you're going to see when the tournament comes around.
So when you talk about softball, Bree Howard breaking the record not too long ago against, what was it? I think it was against Central Arkansas on the road.
It's always on the road.
Oh, it's always on the road. So I wish you would have done it at home against Lipscomb, but hey.
So you could have had the call.
You could have had the call. So you could have had the call, but Bree Howard.
No, I had a special call ready to go, guys.
You wrote it out?
You wrote it out?
I knew
ChatGPT'd it?
It was in my head.
Oh, okay.
What was it? You can't.
I can't tell you. It's never. It may happen next year. She has a chance to break the all-time career home run record.
She got to stay.
She got to stay.
I know a lot of things, guys. just you guys got to understand.
Money.
But this team is. When you said the bats are booming, these team is really good at getting on base and driving in runs. That's a big thing with this team. Now, the pitching has been, our Achilles heel throughout the season. Cameron Grayson, as you said, Lana Jones tossing her 4th shutout of the season. I think she's like a 13-10 on the season win-loss record. So she's been finding her footing. Senior getting ready to get ready to leave here, Austin Peay. But the bats, when you talk about the bats are booming, the bats are booming. Like this might be one of the toughest ACs we've ever seen. If Austin Peay can get in on the right track when you talk about hitting for this team, especially not even just Bree Howard, Sammy Ortiz. I call her Sammy Ortiz. We call her Sammy Sheelander. So Sammy Sheelander, Katie Raper hitting her 15th home run. She might break the home run, get in 2nd place. So you never know. This team is always good at getting on base, and this team is always good at driving in runs. Now the pitching has to be the Achilles heel for us to make a long run in this tournament.
I kind of relate this to the NBA playoffs. You got the Magic, the Orlando Magic, who's the 8th seed, facing the Detroit Pistons, who's the 1 seed. Yeah. Was the 3-1 is the series.
It's 3-1 right now.
And you can see it's all about matchups when you get into that bracket play. And I don't care what team our softball team faces. It's a tough out.
Yeah.
That's a tough out because if your pitcher's having an off day, that's 10 runs guaranteed.
Yeah.
If your outfield got Butterfingers that day, that's inside the park home runs all day. And then if our defense shows up, I think sometimes our defense, we've had some rotation pieces around the outfield going in the infield going to outfield. And so it's just been a lot of switch up things. But, shout out to Coach Stanfield for making those adjustments. I mentioned it during basketball season. Sometimes coaches can be stubborn. And not want to make adjustments, and wanting to see something worked out that they planned for all off season long. And I have a minor in coaching, but I've never coached nothing in my life. Let me be honest with you there. The most I've done is play now online on 2K or franchise mode on Madden. But it shows that you're willing to change something up if it don't work, because it doesn't matter about your plan. It matters about the win and the losses. And she's been the longest tenured coach here. for a reason, because she's not afraid to switch up the plan. And right now, you know, she's facing the, what's the right word I want to associate
adversity?
with? No, she's seeing the fruits of her labor working.
Oh, okay.
You know, the adjustments. You know, it's hard to make that adjustment, because not only do you have to make the adjustment make sense to yourself, you have to make it make sense to your coaching staff, to your players, to your support staff. You know, you might have to change some things up. But right now is, you know, like you said, when the bats is booming for both teams, baseball and softball, we always gonna have a good weekend. I'm never, you know, never shocked about that. But it's everything else that comes into play. Like I said, I've been sounding like a broken record for the past few weeks. It's can we put it together? How can we be dominant over a weekend? And I don't know. Nick Arvin said it last weekend. He doesn't know. What's the identity of the baseball team? What's the identity of the softball team? And right now, outside of, you know, hitting home runs and hitting doubles and triples, we don't know. We don't know. So, but it's all about how can we get to, I say March, but bracket play. That's just the saying. But can we get to May? If I speak correctly. But what will we do in May? That's the true question. What will we do in May? Will we give up 8 runs and only get 3 scores, or will we score 10 runs and give up 9 and win by 1?
And win by 1. Yeah.
So it's exciting. I tell you that. It's exciting.
This is an exciting team to watch.
For sure. For both of them. And I hate to take such a casual approach for it, but I mean, it's the truth. It's the truth. I mean, we can play X's and O's. We can play, you have this many mistakes or errors or whatever in this many innings. But at the end of the day, can you survive in May? And can you get us home to raise up that trophy and go to, not Omaha. Omaha's for baseball. Where are they playing in?
I think they play Oklahoma City,
Yeah, and I know we on, you know, baseball and softball, but I want to throw this in there before we move out to our next segment. Did y'all see NCAA is moving to 76 teams in the men's and women's basketball? So if they do it for basketball, who knows what comes
next
for baseball and softball? I mean, they cutting tennis programs. NCAA got a whole lot going on.
They got an agenda that they're working on as well. For softball, you're playing for 5 days in May.
That's all.
That's all you.
5 days in May to try to get to a regional. In that same kind of situation with baseball as well, trying to get into a regional somewhere, and then hopefully get into Omaha, and for softball, Oklahoma City. So softball, you mentioned it, Coach. What is her mindset? I think she did a really good job of adding in Jada Sovey last weekend as well, getting her in. Jada's done a fantastic job of just kind of jumping in and being a catalyst when they definitely need her. This Governor's softball team has hit 69 home runs. There's 3 games still left. There's still the tournament left here as well. So just kind of thinking of that as you got to move through this as well. All right, so softball comes back home. Doubleheader on Friday against Eastern Kentucky. I believe it's a 1 p.m. start. I should know. I have to be there, so I should know what time it starts. I'll be there. You can listen to me on ESPN Plus with that. And then their final game against EKU will be on Saturday. So definitely check that out. Come out to Kathy Maynard Park. Check out Raymond Sehan Park. The games go on about the same time, so excited about that. All right, so I know we want to move in. An idea that David Ellison had that he tossed out here to everyone was to recap a season in 1 minute. So,
well, I gotta give it to Sarah. Sarah's
idea. She brought it to him.
Ellison told me it was his idea.
No, she brought it to him. But Ellison made it come up to life.
I apologize so much. I was told.
No, you
have wrong information. It's not on you.
I feel criminal for that. That was a great idea. I loved it. So Sarah, I feel bad now.
Yeah.
David. All right, let's talk about this. Yeah, it's your time now. What are you doing, man? All right, so let's talk 1 minute here. We talked about this, recapping one sport from fall, spring, and winter. It's already started. Talk football quickly.
All right, football. Football.
52 seconds.
So when you talk about football has had a lot of great moments this year, man. Coach Ferris in year 3 coming in as his team after previous coach had left. But yeah, Jordan Harmon bringing him in as an interim as an intro. Well, Harrison brought him in, but Harmon brought him in.
35 seconds.
But
We need to know who won games.
We won 7-5 on the season. Had a little heartbreaker against Stephenville, Texas, against Tarleton. But yeah, CP3 had a historic season.
Yep.
Always breaking records for CP3. He's coming back for next year, so I can't wait to see what next year holds for us. But yeah, I got 20 seconds left, so I have no more what to talk about.
Keep it going.
15 seconds.
Big game that we beat.
Big game. West Georgia. West Georgia was a huge game. That was a huge game at home. That was a huge game at home. I was there. The crowd was there. Everybody was there. And
5 seconds.
And then next thing you know, two defensive pick sixes to seal the game.
MTSU.
Oh yeah.
MTSU. I forgot.
MTSU victory.
But
All right.
West Georgia was closer though.
Yeah. West Georgia was a good game. It was ranked opponents. All right, back to a minute here on the clock. Mo's got us set up here. We're going to talk women's basketball because Dillon's so excited.
Here we go. Come on, Dillon, go.
I think historic first game against Swanee, 115 points. Second most points scored in Austin Peay women's program history. First overall women's basketball they broke a record, most points scored in the F&M Bank Arena.
Yeah.
Boom, we go. One of the best teams on the road all season long. Went on a 10-game winning streak. I should know I was there for every single game. I want to say it was 10.
35.
That's cool. That's fine. I got more to go. 10-game win streak on the road. Unfortunately, we lost our starting PG, Charlton Tweedy. She had an injury with her knee.
25.
But boom, this is what we do. New Year's Day, we go to Jacksonville, the #1 seed in the ASUN, the preseason rankings. We knock them off the map. Boom. Okay, then we kind of hit a struggle. We beat FGCU for the first time in school history, women's basketball. That was nice. We had a struggle, but boom, we come in March and we get it banging, but we fall short. We beat #1 EKU, but we fall short in the championship game in overtime against Jacksonville. But we played NIT game and lost. So boom.
All right.
Woo!
All right.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Gatorade.
So I like it. I'm ready.
You ready?
Do
Go
softball
ahead.
here. I got 1 minute.
Go ahead.
Mo, when you're ready. Softball, start off on the road up until we got back to the Governor's Classic. From the start of the Governor's Classic, we went 12-0 at home to get things going, including the Kathy Maynard Invitational and the first victory at home against North Alabama. Since then, it's been a little rocky, back and forth, 10-11 in conference play. However, a lot of big at-bats, a lot of good faces that have been added in here. Yep. A couple of times we've seen players like Emily Baker, Sammy Sheelander in the top 10 in the conference in batting averages. You have Bree Howard, who hits every record possible on the road, so I don't get to call those. But she did hit the home run record this year. She also has the RBI record for single-season RBIs. Right now, of course, leading into EKU into this weekend. Again, a big monumental series. They're already clinching the playoffs, so it doesn't matter. They got a trip to Jacksonville on the line. I'm trying to somehow finagle my way into maybe calling a radio game or two on the road in Jacksonville so I can finish off working on this sunglasses tan in 2-1. How do you feel?
I think that was smooth.
That was smooth, man. That was really.
Do you need a redo?
A little bit, but I can't. It's too much now, man. Like, come on, bro.
All right. Well, we'll give Will some redemption here.
Y'all were there.
We were.
Y'all were there for women's basketball.
But you a student. You part of the sports media.
I was part of the sports media, but y'all were physically there for road and not road, but
I also called all football too.
See me after the show.
Violence.
All right. Well, this is the reason why we have to talk about this next segment, because these two are getting so catty here that Will says he needs an entire new team for next year. So Will got a chance to sit down and talk to two new members that will be joining us next year. Will, kind of give a quick introduction of what do you have, and then we'll play your segment.
All right, so I had the chance to interview Delaney and Clayton Carroll. Clayton's already been on the show, so we were pretty familiar with Clayton. With Sarah and Dillon graduating, I had to go through the transfer portal, get some NIL money ready, and and get some two new faces for Crunchtime. Delaney, she's a new host for Crunchtime, as like I said, Sarah graduating. So I asked those guys 3 different questions. I said, "How excited are you guys for Crunchtime?"
Don't give them all. Don't give them all.
I said, "This is the first one. How excited are you guys for Crunchtime?" All right, guys. With recent events, with Dillon and Sarah graduating from college, Dillon graduated with his master's, Sarah going off to grad school, graduated with her bachelor's, I have put together 2 new faces here on Crunchtime, Clayton and Delaney. Delaney's going to be our new host. You've seen Clayton before. All right, guys. What do y'all think about Crunchtime this year? Are y'all excited on a scale of 1 to 10? How excited are y'all for Crunchtime this past in the fall?
I don't think 10 is, I don't think 10's high enough. Give me 11, give me 12. I mean, we've got, Crunchtime is going to be awesome, but we're just going to have a good Austin Peay sports season. Football should be good. Basketball should be really good. Softball, you name it. This is going to be an exciting year for Austin Peay, and I'm just excited to be along.
I agree. I'm very excited to be a part of Crunchtime. Like, just being here the past few weeks and seeing the chemistry of everybody here. Like, everyone loves to be here and has great chemistry, and I'm excited to be a part of something like that.
All right, with Clayton being here, we've seen Clayton before, and Delaney as the new host. Man, tell me where y'all from, and, tell me where y'all from, where y'all backgrounds are from, man.
So I'm from, I tell everybody Knoxville, Tennessee, but the actual name of the town is La Follette, Tennessee. It's about an hour northeast of Knoxville. So I'm near the Kentucky border. So I'm about 4 or 5 hours away from Clarksville. But I just love the department here at Austin Peay, the professors, just the opportunities. So that's kind of why I came to Austin Peay. And it's about 4 or 5 hours. So, I can go home when need be, but just love it here in Clarksville.
I'm from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, so that's about hour 15, hour 20 from here, depending on your traffic. I came to Austin Peay, obviously, because sports comm is really good here, and when touring schools, Austin Peay felt like home for me, and that's a huge reason as to why I'm here.
All right, guys, last question. Other than Austin Peay, college sports, who is y'all's favorite professional sports in football, basketball, anything? Baseball?
Ooh. I don't watch a whole lot of NFL, but if I had to pick a team, I'd go with the Detroit Lions. Love me some Dan Campbell. Basketball, I used to be kind of a big Celtics fan just because of Grant Williams from, UT. And then MLB, it's easy. The Atlanta Braves. Love the Braves. Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson. That's my guy. So not a huge NFL, NBA guy, but I do get into some MLB and got to go with the Atlanta Braves on that one.
I'm a soccer girl, so I played soccer for 13 years, and now I'm a NARP. So another reason why I'm in sports comm. But for soccer, I'd say definitely U.S. Women's National Team, obviously. Always a solid choice. You can't go wrong with them. And then also I love going to the Nashville SC games. Those are, not even if you don't know soccer, that's a great atmosphere to be around. They're so loud and so energetic there. And, yeah, that's my answer.
All right. Well, you guys, appreciate y'all for taking the time. We will see more of them next semester in the fall semester. You'll be seeing me, Clayton, and Delaney. And that's the end of our segment.
Can't wait. It'll be fun.
Thank you.
Dillon, I'll push this question to you.
Yep.
How excited are you to see that next group come in?
I'm truly excited, man. A little bittersweet because, I don't want to leave. I feel like we're getting some traction and everywhere, and I feel like as soon as we're starting to get a little motion going on, I got to go and put some motion somewhere else. So it sucks on that part, but, somebody got to do it, right? So I'm excited to see Will, Delaney, Clayton take it over, and everybody else that's involved. I know Delaney will probably be the only solid face there every single week. I know it's a lot of people hungry to get on this table.
For sure.
And Will is the top dog right now. So, you got to do what you got to do. If Will say yeah, Will say yeah. He say no, you say no. But we got Nick Arvin, Jerome, Braden Frost, Will, Clayton,
Aiden.
Braylon Ryan. It's a lot of people here. So, but everybody know who the CEO is around here, man. Everybody know who the top dog is, man. I'm still number one around here, and I ain't gonna never stop being number one. At the end of the day, man, I changed the game, and I'm happy to do so because, look where we at now. Look where we can be in 2 to 3 years. So, I'm gonna brag on myself. I'm the reason for it. I had a vision, and I like having a lot of things on my shoulders because it shows me, how good I really am. So I'm excited to see what it looked like in a couple years.
All right.
Holding back the tears.
Yeah.
Holding back the tears.
We started cutting onions up here for a second.
Yeah.
I thought we were getting into it. But I do want to thank Dillon for his time here. I am so proud of you, bud. I really am.
Don't start.
I really am proud of the guy that I've seen here just continue to grow. So I am super thankful that I got a chance to watch you grow here as well. Will, I can't wait to see what you're able to do with this as well.
You, bro.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Clayton and Delaney and all those people step in here and continue our program. So, but again, thank you so much, Dillon, for all your hard work, man. We're so excited to see what you continue
dog,
to
my
do.
brother.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for Crunch Time this week. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Scan that QR code. You can find everything you need to know there. For anything Austin Peay, letsgop.com. Subscribe, follow our channel, all those great things. And as always, go to the games.
Yep.
Support APSU athletics.
For sure.
Wear red. And as always, let's go Peay.
I love y'all.